What's going on, guys? JFC here. What I want to do today is give you guys the best and most important trading advice that I have learned throughout like this year and in my previous years of trading. And we're going to go over a few things in this video that I think are super important and helpful if you are learning to trade in FIFA 23 or for any FIFAs in the future. And what I think is the most important piece of trading advice that I can probably give you is do not be afraid to lose coins. In order to make coins, you have to buy players. I know it sounds like pretty obvious, but even the best traders in the world do not make coins on every single investment or purchase. It's just not possible. All you have to do is make coins more often than you lose coins. If you lose coins, you just learn from it and you go from there. Yesterday was a great day in the market for me and a lot of my community. We made lots of coins yesterday, but I did not make coins on every single card I purchased. I bought Jesus Navas's. I thought he was going to rise for sure. I bought him at like 50K, and right now he's still 50K, and I think I sold him for like 51K, so I sold him like a teeny bit of a tax loss. But like, that's going to happen. That's okay. Not every investment's going to pan out how you hope. You just have to go on to the next one from there, and you're going to make coins. The majority of the time, if you say like watch my YouTube channel, plug, or watch other trading YouTubers, or are on the market yourself a lot and know prices of players, you're going to make coins in this game. It's just going to happen. Let's try and find somebody right now who I think is maybe slightly down that I think we could just go and buy right now for this video. Well, the Rente, not really. The market's kind of staying pretty solid right now. Okay, Rafael Varane's 32K. Wonder if I can snipe him for like 31. That's not a bad buy because he rebounds quite a bit. I know like a little bit ago he was more like 37, 38K. So he's actually up a little bit right now. 33.5. Let's try and snipe at 32.5. There's 32K gone. All right, actually, let's try and snipe on the transfer market thing. I actually think sniping might be easier on, like, if you go to the left of the squad screen right here and go here, I think sniping might actually be easier on this screen this year. So let's try and snipe him at 32.5. So 32K, got one right there. Send to the transfer list. Let's see if I can actually pick one up for a little bit lower than that. 31.5. 31.5 right there. So perfect. Right now is the time of the night. I'm recording this at like midnight UK, 1 a.m. UK. Overnight is always a great time to buy cards and then flip into the next morning. So send 2 bronze transfer lists just like that. I could not make coins in him at all, right? It could not happen. But you got to give yourself the opportunity to make those coins. And I do think if you look at Varane's graph, like when he rises up, he's like let's go Monday before the crash. So he was up at like 38, right? Yeah. And then drop down. So hopefully, best case scenario, probably rebounds up to like 38 to 40K. That would be awesome. But in order to make those coins, you gotta buy the players. Because I know when I started trading, I was always like very worried about, it's like, is this the right time to buy? I don't know. Like, could he go lower than this? I'm gonna wait till he goes lower than this. And then he never goes lower and he just goes up. And I never bought. And then I'm pissed because I didn't buy the card and now he's up in price. You just have to buy, all right? So my next piece of advice that's like kind of for like the beginning traders, right? Just kind of trying to get their foot in the door of like what trading is like. A good way to do things, like a good rule of thumb is always, pretty much without exception, the promo team of the week ends up going up out of packs. It's just kind of a matter of time. There's a few exceptions, like when Black Friday comes around the corner, people are probably going to be panicking and they might not go up out of packs, but like almost every promo team, it goes to the team of the week too, just kind of even rises slightly. Even if it's not a ton, it's just always a decently safe investment. Like buying meta cards like Jesus Navas, like 49K, I think is a good buy. Any of these guys that are meta, like Calvin Phillips, Bonucci's pretty meta for Serie A center back, PK, Godfrey's pretty meta. There's definitely some guys here who are safe bets to rise out of packs because there's no more supply of them. There's going to be a decent amount of demand because if you're buying a meta card, there's always going to be these kinds of demands for promo meta cards. This kind of goes with like, let's look at the team of the week here. Team of the weeks are just always good to invest in, even like the base ones, like the 10K ones, the 11K ones, because you just can't lose coins. It's literally impossible. It's just an upside investment. And then guys like very meta players who have lots of demand. Angel Correa is one of them. Frimpong is one of them. Cancelo, Samori. Even if they don't rise, they're probably not going to go down very much at all because there's no supply of them anymore. So yeah, like Cancelo, a meta left back from the Premier League is 148K. I have a very hard time believing he's going to go down at all out of packs. He probably goes up and I'm going to buy a couple out of packs. If he doesn't go up, he doesn't go up. But you know what? I think it's a very, very safe investment. And more often times than not, these kinds of guys are going to go up and you're going to make a lot of coins off of it. Like Frimpong, 19K, Bundesliga informed right back. There's not many Bundesliga fullbacks ever on the game. We all know this. Like, I think that's a pretty good buy as well. And like worst comes to worst, like there's such a good solid base there with his special card. He discards for 10K. Even if you buy him at 19K, he's not, like, the worst case scenario of that entire investment is him dropping to what, like 17K, and you might lose a couple K a card. And there's like a really small chance that happens, right? But you have a ton of opportunity for like if you saw Frimpong was 30K. So here's a good kind of quiz to do. If you saw Frimpong was 30K, would you be like, that's too expensive? Or would you be like, that makes sense? Inform Bundesliga right back. Like if I saw Frimpong was 30K, I would not think twice about it. If I saw Cancelo was 200K, I would not think twice about it. So I like to use use that kind of like barometer to see what player prices are like, right? So a lot of these guys I just like rising out of packs, even like Muriel, 15K, pretty decent Serie A striker that is an inform. I just always think buying team of the week cards, buying special cards that are out of packs or about to go out of packs is a super solid way, an easy way to make coins. Also, if you're going to buy these cards, the other thing to do is don't wait until like, so Rule Breakers goes out of packs on Friday, right? I would buy these cards like maybe Wednesday night or like Thursday after 6 p.m. content. Don't wait till like an hour before they go out of packs, because at that point they sort of have like an increase, a little bit of an increase in price because people are preparing for them to go out of packs, if that makes sense. So you kind of want to beat that rush. So odds are you're better off buying the cards like a day or two before they go out of packs rather than like the hour or two before they go out of packs, if that makes sense. And same kind of goes with Team of the Weeks as well. Team of the Weeks, actually, you can kind of buy even earlier. Like Team of the Weeks, you can almost buy on Sunday night. If you bought Team of the Weeks on Sunday night, Cancelo, Correa, Mount, Muriel, Pedri, Frimpong, Donnarumma are all up in price from Sunday night. I bought some Correas at 36 and I sold it like 43, and I sold too early. He's like 49K. Cancelo, I bought at like 130. I sold him like 148K when he was fluctuating. Tomori was 160. So you can buy a lot of these guys like Sunday night. That's a good thing to do before the team of the week goes out of packs. Don't forget discard informs as well. They are all good purchases for the long term. And that sort of coincides with the next thing that I'm going to talk about. And that is oftentimes promo cards are very hyped up cards, right? They're in high demand. People want to use them. If you watch like me trade, I basically only trade with like, I want to say the top maybe 30 players on Futbin, maybe 40, like the top 30 most in-demand cards, because this is kind of a good way to tell, right? People searching these cards on Futbin usually is a good way to tell that they are the most in-demand cards in the game. But I've been trading a ton with, like, I traded yesterday with Valverde a ton, very popular card. Zaha, very popular card. Kevin De Bruyne, I traded with a ton. He's up a bunch, very popular card, number 27. Llorente traded with a bunch. He's number 32. This is kind of the range you want to be trading with of players, because the ones who are the most in demand have the most price fluctuation as well. So there's always good times to buy. There's always high points to sell. Lots of good stuff with the very in-demand cards. You could obviously always trade with any card in the game, right? But just the ones that you'll have the most success with, in my opinion, are the ones that are going to be very popular and very in demand. Like Ferland Mendy, for example, he's up to 94K right now. He's obviously one of the most used cards in FIFA, right? If many people, once they get to that price point where like they have a few 100,000 coins, I think Ferland Mendy's probably like their number one left back they're going to look at pretty much every year, right? When Alex Telles came out, because he was a La Liga left back, he dropped a bunch in price. I want to say 80K on, was it Monday? 79K right there. And if you bought Mendy at 79K, usually if the Futbin price is 79K, you can always buy for a couple thousand coins cheaper. You could buy him for like 77K. He's 94K right now. So that's just an example of like a player dropped in price due to an external factor. They're very in demand, very popular. They're going to go back up in price. So that's why I love trading with the most in-demand cards in FIFA. And the last thing I want to talk about is that I love trading with not only in-demand cards, but cards that are between, I think the most ideal price range for me is like 30 to 100K or so. I love that price range because there's just great return on investment. You don't have to worry about tax very much. Like Valverde is like perfect for me. He's like 39K. I bought him when he was down at like 35K. I sold him at like 44,000. And that's a bunch of profit on a ton of cards with not that much tax. That's what I love to do. Like Valverde, Varane, Llorente. These kinds of cards are like that perfect price range that I love trading with. Jesus Navas as well. 50K cards. That's like perfect for me. Because I've seen like a couple comments on videos, like people said, hey, I bought Ronaldo for like 1.8 mil. Do you think it's going to rise in price? And the problem with buying a card that's this expensive is he has to really rise in price for you to make any profit because of the 5% tax, right? I know some traders that do love the high budget trading. But me personally, especially if you're just beginning, I always love that like lower to mid budget trading of the really in-demand cards. I don't think there's much more to say. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any questions at all, please leave a comment down below. Leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here because we got content coming every day on the channel. I'll try my best to reply to every single comment that you guys have. I love you all. Thank you all for the support, and I will see you in the next video very soon. Peace.